So I've been looking for the perfect audio interface for my in-the-box studio. I think UAD have finally come up with something that is almost perfect. So for the past couple of years, I've been looking for the perfect input solution. I've been trying to cut down on the amount of plugins and peripheral stuff that I have to use with my little studio. What I've been considering up until today was the Audient ID14 Mark II. But just yesterday, the guys from Universal Audio released something which just might be the perfect solution for me, which also might be the perfect solution for you. Today I heard about a new product from UAD, which I think is finally going to solve most of my home recording problems, and I think it may, in fact, solve a lot of the problems that everyone is having. It's called the Volt series, and I think they have something for everyone in it. I've been trying to have Neve in through an LA2A for my vocal chain. Have a hardware in with both these things so that I can actually get, a decent sound on the way in. Because I know I can get it on the way out because I have the SSL programs that are working beautifully for me. But what I really want is something for on the way in. I'm always using my big speakers as monitors, and I also wanted another way of listening back in the style of the Auratones or something like that. The Volt 476. It hasn't been released yet, but it will be released in the next few days or weeks. And it has absolutely everything that I wanted on the way in. If you look here, you've got a vintage, which is basically a button that gives you a preamp. Now, it's not a Neve preamp, but it is based on the old Universal Audio preamps. So that's good. That's fine with me. And then it has a button for the 76 compressor on the way in. So this also gives me what I need. Vintage sounding preamp into a compressor. What more could you want? On the way in. Built in to the audio interface. This is perfect. Pretty much what I want. And also it has a vocal style guitar fast, which would be for drums, and then off. So you don't have to use it at all. You have the output sources here as well. You can choose your inputs and your outputs, which is brilliant. For instance, if you had, say, two vocalists, your keyboard, and another mic doing something, you could have four people coming in immediately with this, no problem. And on the outputs, you could have your main speakers, and you could output also to something like an Auratone or something of that sort. Apparently, 70% of you are not subscribed to the channel. Go on down below and subscribe. Hit the bell button, smash the stuff, you know what to do. I'll show you the front and back here. So you've got two inputs on the front, volume for your headphones and a single headphone. And you've also got the phantom power, two instrument levels in as well. On the outputs, look at this. You've got your monitors here, and then you've got four separate outputs. This is amazing. And also a separate two inputs. You've got your MIDI in and out as well, so you can chain any of your keyboards and their sounds right through the machine itself. Part of the reason why I wanted the UAD stuff in the first place was the low latency input preamp and also being able to put your compressors on the way in. That's basically what the Apollo series allowed you to do with the low latency input. Now, if we can just find a price on it, so we're looking at 369 euros from Thomann here in Europe. So I'm assuming it'll be somewhere around the same price in the States as well. So about 350 euros, somewhere in that area. This is a great price considering the Universal Audio input devices cost normally. The ID14 Mark II is what I was planning on buying until I saw this thing come up yesterday. The Audient Mark II also has the separate outputs on the back. It doesn't have the DSP stuff for recording on your way in. I hope that this gets you excited for some recording to do. I can't wait to see how this stuff works out, and hopefully it's as good as it appears to be. I hope that the converters are great. I'm assuming they are, considering it's UAD. Finally, UAD have done something and produced a whole bunch of gear. Not only these ones, but they have all the other ones that go along with it in this Volt series. 4 different models here, starting with the Volt 1, Volt 2, the Volt 76, which is adding the compressor to the situation, 176, 276, and the 476, which is the 4 input, 4 output, which is the one that I would go for. Keep you being able to do things into the future as well. An outboard compressor, whatever, you can route it right through this. Now you can do that with the new Audient ID14 as well, but as I said, it doesn't have the DSP in, which is what I think is really the most important thing here. This solves the problem staying completely within the box. I want to be able to grab my bags, tiny little keyboard here, which I can take with me to go anywhere. One of these for the kids, and all this stuff I can just leave behind, you know. Thank you so much, guys. I hope this helps you out, and I hope this is something that you can use. Now, we'll see when they finally come out, when the actual reviews of the hardware come out. This is going to be a fantastic thing. It is something you should think about. I'll see you next week, and I hope everything is good with you guys. Keep yourselves safe. You know, be happy.